and welcome my Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and cross watchers. Welcome to your timeless shadow read. I am your reader, Mark-Angela Lyons, Mal for short. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, the president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of 2 different books with a 3rd one on the way. The first one is Spell Ingredients from a Professional Witch. The second one is Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. They're really good books. I love them. There's a Kindle version available of Words of Grace and a link in the description box that if you click it, you can preview a good chunk of the first part of it for free, including the table of contents. And you'll see it's mostly divided into chakra chapters. There are chakras in this reading, so you might find it helpful. The original version of Words of Grace, though, which we really had to edit down to make it all fit on Kindle, is over in our digital shop on patreon.com/drawingthecircle. Along with the only place to find spell ingredients, we got audio stuff available. We've got videos, classes, and workshops over in there. Free previews for the audios and videos. You don't even need to be a subscriber to shop in our shop on patreon.com/drawingthecircle. Some of my subscribers get those ebooks, audios, and videos as part of their benefit package, depending on which level. But all of my subscribers, the majority of them, get 3 things in common. A daily check-in every morning. Pretty much haven't missed a day in weeks, especially since the new kitten showed up. Excuse me, my contact lens is, I think, wanting a career of its own right now. Left eye, get it together. There we go. Yeah, they get a daily check-in every morning, pretty much. Unlisted YouTube live stream link. We chat about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a spiritual practice to send us on our way. It's the best way for me to start the day because I got a client at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs today. They also get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All of my extended readings are timeless and relationship stuff based, as well as they get a significant discount when they book me for a private session, spiritual counseling, and a reading, whatever. We'll talk about that at the end of the video if you want more info. And I'm going to pop up a picture of the kitten at the end of the video, so you might want to see him. He's adorable. So I love it over there. You can follow us for free, putting out more content for the free followers. The subscribers get to see that stuff too, as well as you can 7-day free trial us if you want. There are options available, so click the link, check it out. And if you want, come Patreon on Patreon, because I'm the Archangel of Lions, Mark-Angela Lyons, but you can just call me Mal. Hi, Gems, hope you are outrageous. Truly, truly, truly outrageous. If you are new to the channel, we'll do some explanation for you. If you've heard it all before, feel free to jump ahead. Hey, Geminis and cross watchers. We are doing 1 card from 6 different decks to look at the shadow work, the releasing, the letting go, the spiritual alchemy necessary on a spiritual path of awakening, healing, whatever you want to call it. To help us release and let go, to help us alchemize our lead to gold, our shadow to light, our pain to peace. You'll hear that over and over again in this reading. So our first card down, let's talk chakras. The Caroline Myss archetype cards for what's going on in the 8th chakra, hovering over your head, that sends down the codes to all of the different chakras underneath it, shifting what we attract and what we repel. So we have the free will to no longer delay what cannot be prevented in our own healing journey, whatever you want to call it. So that will be in the 8th chakra. The next 4 chakras down, we're going to use the Daughters of the Moon Tarot for the internal feminine energy, goddess energy, whatever you want to call it, creative intuition, heart, third eye, crown chakras, the inside stuff. The lower 3 chakras, we will be using the Mythic Tarot, 1 card from this, looking at yourself from the outside and or you from the inside, looking out at people, places, and things, relationships in the physical world, the yang, the masculine dynamic, whatever you want to call it. That takes care of all 8 chakras. We will then get a whisper of Lord Ganesh, Angela Hartfield, wonderful oracle. It's one of my favorites. Ganesh, the Hindu elephant-headed god of success, prosperity, and remover of obstacles, which we'll talk about when we get to the archetype card, what those obstacles may be. We're then going going to get a Divine Animals Oracle for you, because if you're going to do shadow work, you might as well have the animal pantheon there to help. We all have spirit animals and totems with us all the time, known and unknown to us. And of course, because it's one of my readings, we will be ending with a Matt Kahn healing mantra, particularly for air signs. Mantras, you know, chants, right, affirmations, all that stuff is a little bit easier. Like, I have Venus and Libra, so they really work for me to kind of put it all together and give you a little something as you go through the shadow work, whatever you want to call it. Lots of links in the description box about shadow work and healing, not my own necessarily. The Shadow Effect, a movie featuring Debbie Ford. It's really, really good. It's sort of like The Secret for shadow work. So there's our explanation. Let's get down into the divination. That shift from explanation to divination, which happens repeatedly, happens in the still point. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath, if you will. I promise you, I will do my best to help anybody release, let go, forgive, surrender. I just call it alchemize. Their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace. So they shift from toxicity to health, from fear to love, and illusion to truth. Because as one of us does it, all of us move forward, moving to a more golden rather than leaded timeline, a more loving than fearful timeline. And don't you want that for yourself and all the people you love? Yeah, that's what these reads are for. All right, let's do it. Let's get into the still point. Both feet on the floor. I just learned a few weeks ago that if your knees are lower than your hips when you're sitting, your back automatically gets straighter. It's cool, man. Thank God for the internet. Please take a nice deep breath. Hermes. Still point. Here we go. Pantheonic override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved Pantheons of the Divine, one card in clarity. What's going on in the 8th chakra for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers, indicating the process of spiritual alchemy, the soul power being developed from shadow to light, from lead to gold, from pain to peace. So they shift from toxicity to health, from fear to love and illusion to truth in this timeless shadow read. Oh, the visionary! I know a lot of Geminis, and a lot of them are very visionary, right? Like third eye and all of that. So written on the card is the shadow attribute and the light attribute. I call this lead and this gold. 3 atoms in between that have to be released, transformed, surrendered. I just use the word alchemize, right? Healed, whatever. And this is a creative family archetype. There are 9 different groups, families. So I have the visionary. You can have it reason, season, or lifetime. Mine sort of comes in seasons. Like, it's not constant, right? So the lead, selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. I think you can probably tell from me that I don't do that anymore. I mean, we're all tempted to. Oh, please, what I could do on this YouTube channel to get more subscribers, right? I just tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. No thanks. I would like this to be my last incarnation in this level of the illusion of separation. So what you're shooting for here, and what I shoot for every day, capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others. Welcome to my world. Willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. I feel naked right this moment. So look, that's so much easier said than done, and that's why it is a journey. So you have visionary gems, outrageous, truly, truly, truly outrageous. Now, the next 4 chakras down, certainly the third eye and the throat are gonna be probably something to look at there. Please take a nice deep breath. Feet on the floor. Still point. Goddesses override. A place for everything, and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. What do you got for them? Goddesses popped right into my hand. Heart, third eye crown. Help them alchemize that visionary for this shadow read. Makes sense. Nine of Blades, air card, right? Swords would be the Eight of Swords. Now, sorry, Nine of Swords, a little different, obviously, from the Rider-Waite-based tarot we're used to seeing. So the key word here is criticism. Now, criticism, we immediately think of the shadow side of it, right? Like being critical, self-critical, and these are arrows pointing inwards, so usually indicates that. But there's also critical math, critical care. Like the word critical is neutral. It's how you're looking at it, location, loquacious. So this could be intense introspection, particularly if you're dealing with visions. So let's just say a vision drops down from the 8th chakra into the crown. The crown does not have language. Language is third eye, right? So it comes in and goes, right? And so you start thinking about it. Now, what you want to be critical of is how healthy is this, right? Because it could be delusional, right? But if it's something along the lines of, there's only one of us here, right? Some mystical truth that comes in that you actually see because, oh yeah, we are the world, we are the children, blah, 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 right? That's cliche at this point. Love and light, right? It's totally cliche. But if you actually have a direct experience, a mystical experience, meaning that it's a mystery, then being overly critical is the ego fighting it. But if the soul... There's the ego, the personality, and the soul. The personality has to choose which voice, right? Then you can say, no, I want precision. See, I am a Virgo. So yes, can this be the overthinking card like we see in the Rider-Waite? Absolutely. But necessary, because just because it's a vision doesn't mean you have to go stand on the corner, ring a bell, and tell everybody. Although you're Geminis, you might. I know a lot of Geminis. In my field of work, you bet your root chakra I do. So let's see what this looks like in the physical world. Lower 3 chakra dynamic. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My God's override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none. As we will it, so let it be done. My beloved gods, please, one card in clarity for the lower 3 chakras, outside in, inside out relationships in the physical world. For the Gemini Collective and their cross-watchers, what they need to be aware of to alchemize the visionary in the 8th. 9 of Blades, criticism on the inner for this timeless shadow read, the Empress. Excellent. Now, when it's a major arcana card, when I do a 1 card for a zone of chakras, it's usually all of them working in unison. So this is the Divine Feminine card, the Divine Mother card, the Wife card, you get the idea, the Mother. All of the fixed court cards in the tarot, the feminine, so that's Taurus, Leo, who am I forgetting? Fixed air, Aquarius, and Scorpio, right? So all of the queens in the court cards come together as the spirit queen, if you will, fire, earth, air, water, spirit. And the Empress, and this is Demeter, right? Mother of Persephone. A long story there. Persephone will be returning to her mother in a few weeks at the time of this timeless recording as the Maiden of Spring. So this is about prosperity and very much an earth vibe, right? Demeter is the goddess of the topsoil. Gaia is the planet. Demeter is the feeding earth, right? That which feeds and sustains us. So there is prosperity here, but the lower 3 chakra intuition is going to tell you loud and clear about relationships in the physical world of who you express this vision to, should you choose to do so at all. Root chakra will tell you if it's safe in tribes, right? 3 or more people. Second chakra will tell you how it feels when you're telling it to another person one-on-one. And solar plexus is about personal power here. Will tell you when you are about to what? Compromise your integrity, selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. Now that doesn't mean you got to throw metaphoric bleach at people, right? It's like you can meet people where they're at, but that is a creative process. Chakras are on the table. Let's ask Lord Ganesh how to remove those 3 atoms, so to speak, between lead and gold, so you can really manifest this vision in your life. Please take a nice deep breath. And it feels like you have everything you need to do it with the Empress in lower 3. Still point. Ganesh override. A place for everything and everything in its place, put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Lord Ganesh, what is your wise, loving, empowering oracle message to assist the Gemini collective and their cross-watchers to alchemize the visionary in the 8th, Knight of Blades on the inner, Empress on the outer for this timeless shadow read? Capacity to love. So it's a heart thing. Interesting. So maybe that's taking that 9 of Blades and really focusing on your heart, right? Get your heart open so that regardless of how you communicate your vision, you will know that your heart was open and you did your best. Not everybody's going to want it. Not everybody's going to get it, particularly if it creates cognitive dissonance or, right, whatever that's called in them. But that's okay. All we're really here to do is sprinkle the seeds, so to speak. That's why I do YouTube, right? It's just like, here, I just take them. I'm not monetized on YouTube. I'm monetized on Facebook. So if you want to, like, you know, reels and see pictures of the new kitty, just follow me there. You follow, you're going to make me a friend if you don't want to. No one else needs to know. So I'm going to read you a little bit. These last 3 have bookie books to them, but they're relatively short. Yes, that is a 34, not a 54, because they got them their fancy fonts. Oh, you kids and your fancy fonts. Okay. Capacity to love. It takes courage to open up and heal areas of deep vulnerability. Well, ain't that the truth? Each human individual is created with a profound longing to feel loved. Out of this need for love, you may exaggerate and parade your fascinating qualities. I'm Leo rising. You bet I do. While masking your weaknesses or fears. Because who's taught not to do that, right? Growing up in this society. If you are not committed to looking at your root issues, you will feel disconnected from your true self. Take a moment to look at how you are handling yourself. Are you being open and honest? Totally there in that visionary. Are you withdrawing from a situation? Are you masking a problem with some sort of avoidance tactic, such as shopping, drinking, or eating excessively? Are you holding grudges? Oh, Course in Miracles is a lot to say on grudges. When your heart is open, you will find that your actions tend to match your words. When your heart is open, your actions tend to match your words. That's lovely. You rarely get offended. You are emotionally available. When your heart is open, you truly take responsibility for who you are and what your beliefs are. You love yourself more completely. Conflict resolves more easily, and you have a desire to live in harmony with others. That sounds worth it, right? So there is a heart chakra part of this. So this might be focusing all of this stuff, because, you know, let the vision come in, let the ideas and the inspiration come in, but then bring it into the heart, right? So that you feel it. That's how we integrate this. And that'll hit the solar plexus, the sacrum, and the root out into the world. So imagine a vision coming in and really being infused with the divine power of love. Sacred truth of the heart chakra is love is divine power, but the third eye's sacred truth is seek only truth. Caroline Myss, Anatomy of the Spirit, life-changing work. Shall we? Like I said, everybody has spirit animals and totems. That's why the Archangel of, and your name's Markangelo Lyons, right? And that's Archangel Ariel. So I'm feline, right? So, you know, having cats has been a lifelong pleasure and challenge, as you can imagine. So let's see who's helping you with this if you invite them in. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Totemic override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. beloved spirit animals and totems, who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them, helping them do the shadow work, the alchemy necessary for the visionary in the 8th. 9 of Blades on the inner, Empress on the outer, removing obstacles through their capacity to love in this timeless shadow read. Ooh, the beaver! Work! Work! Work, beaver! I was raised by nursery school teachers, so, you know, bear with the humor and the goofy. I think that's just part of how I relay my visions. I'm the fun one, if you haven't heard. Card, no, plenty of serious readers that'll read you for filth. I read you for filth and fun. For you, hopefully. So, just going to read a little bit of this beaver. Keyword, work. To love your work is a gift. Capacity to love. There we go. Find a balance between work and rest. Because to integrate a vision, it does take rest, by the way. It is worth aligning your work with your purpose if you can. Visionary. Being positively, mindfully engaged in your work, no matter what it might be, is healthy. Someone may be attempting to micromanage you at your job, and this is not an optimum way to work. Perhaps it is time to be your own boss. And that is a vision that I grabbed a hold of in 1998. Left Borders Books and Music. I was a community relations coordinator. I spoke in the greater New York area as a spiritual teacher through Porters. Then I was like, I can't do this anymore. I will never work for anybody, but I will work with anyone if the fates allow. So I like this. This might very well be about your workaday stuff because, you know, I'm in the public sector again doing readings at the Magic Moon, right? So it's like, I love working from home, right? I'm 55. Yeah, I know, I don't look at things. But I have been reading cards since I am 12 years old, so I'm really good at what I do. But I also know that working for myself, I can get the rest that I need for my nervous system because I don't want to be all stressed out and reading people, right? That's not right. You know that's not right. Shall we? Last card down, Metcon Healing Mantra. Remember what I said about being an air sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Uranus, wherever you got your air, you've got your air. But mantras and all that stuff really, really help for air signs, no matter where you got it. Shall we? Last card down. Please take a nice deep breath. Stop. Ascended Master Override. Place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space for the well-being of all and with harm to none as we will it. So let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, what is the perfect and precise healing mantra to assist the Gemini Collective and their cross-watchers to alchemize the visionary in the 8th, 9 of Blades, criticism on the inner, the Empress Demeter on the outer, removing obstacles with the capacity to love in their work for this timeless shadow read. Encountering conflict. I don't choose sides, I take a stand. But like I said, we're all one. Yeah, tell that to somebody who's really angry at someone, maybe you, right? But we're all one. I mean, it is the truth. But, you know, we all see through a glass darkly. How's that? The witch just gave you New Testament. Well, because we do, right? That's the attitudes and the conditioning that we get from ancestral patterning for thousands of years, not to mention societal pattern. Like, even if everything's great in your home life and you were raised by really open-minded, loving, wonderful people, you still had to go to school, right? So we pick up this stuff. So how do we want to maintain our vision when we encounter conflict? Well, I don't choose sides. I take a stand. When conflict is encountered, two opposing viewpoints wrestle for a dominant position. Have you noticed? Each hopes to achieve success by changing the other's viewpoint. If encountering conflict from a conscious standpoint, you may realize one of the greatest gifts you can offer is allowing others to be heard. It's called holding space for somebody and being in the present moment. So much easier said than done, but it is a spiritual practice. You may not agree with their argument, but you are embracing their needs simply by choosing to listen. When you listen instead of lash out, you are taking a stand for love. That's why I don't choose sides. I take a stand for love. It's incredible. This is making the decision to anchor higher frequencies of light through the demonstration of your ethics, morals, and values instead of matching the unconsciousness of others with equal amounts of aggression. Be an empress about it, so to speak. This mantra is ideal for settling arguments, unraveling passive-aggressive behavior, which is like, oh no, do go on, I'm loving every word you say, right? I was raised with that. And releasing the tendency to blame. Because the thing about blame is when you blame something outside of you, you put your capacity to do anything about it outside, right? And nor is it, oh, why did I manifest this? Oh, what's wrong with me? That's not it either. It's saying this is happening for me, right? To train me to not choose sides. We're all one. So, you know, I can take a stand for love. And again, it's going to expand your capacity for love and give you, particularly depending on the high voltage nature of a vision, how often you're going to have to do it, how good you're going to get at it. Really good for third house communicator Geminis. So if you are new, we always end my readings here on YouTube with what we call a blessimation over on Patreon, a combination of a blessing and a summation. I never know what's going to come out of my mouth when I do so, because the divine sort of takes over. Call it channeling if you want, just my relationship with the divine. And then we'll talk about cool stuff, and I'll show you a picture of the new kitten. He's so cute. His name is Samuel. Sammy for short. Shall we? Last time for this reading. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. May we end as we began. Pantheonic override. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and their cross-watchers watching this video, receiving this reading. May they be blessed with all that they need to alchemize their shadow to light, their lead to gold, their pain to peace, shifting from toxicity to health and fear to love as they encounter conflict, because they don't have to choose sides when they can take a stand. And it's going to take work, some spiritual work, aligning with their purpose, as well as possibly in the work-a-day world, 9 to 5, working hard to make a living. And may they be blessed with all that they need to remove the obstacles, inner and outer, with the capacity to love, particularly if dealing with problematic people who just like to argue for the sake of arguing, being and embodying the energy of all the fixed signs. Oh, very stable, very fixed, but very nurturing, very feeding, very much the lover, the wife, all of the queens, the spirit queen brought together, following their intuition, because sometimes that root chakra is going to say, okay, let's get out of here, that's enough, and to pay attention to that while they really zero in here with their third eye, allowing their element of air to look at things critically. But again, that's a spectrum of lead to gold, that word critical. But it is neutral, so that they can embrace their capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others and embrace their willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser life, in a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser way, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we all will it, so let it all be done. So would it be. And so it is. That was good. I mean, for a shadow read, it's not horrible. I mean, you're going to come into conflict anyway, right? It's written into the script. It's not much of a movie without a conflict, right? This is just a movie we're in, folks. Hope you're enjoying it. I am, sort of. So, if you like the reading, please hit the like button. It helps other Geminis and cross-watchers find the video. You want more of me here on the tube of you? Please do subscribe, because I'm not stopping. You can probably tell I'm enjoying what I do, and I've been doing this for years and years now. I'm having a good time with that. But if you want the deeper dive, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, come Patreon on Patreon. $3 a month. You get me every morning, as well as other benefits on there with the daily check-in. I love the daily check-ins. If you subscribe, you can have access to all the extended readings, and they're all relationship and timeless stuff anyway, so they're all there waiting to be watched, as well as you get the significant discount when you book me for a private session. We'll talk about that in a minute. But shop in the store, just go look. You can free preview the audios and the videos, right? There's just so much good stuff that we've done through Patreon, and they keep giving us more to do. So if you feel so drawn, if you feel so called, click the link, just go look at the menu and see what we're offering over there. And if you really feel the vision to do so, come Patreon on Patreon. Because I am the Archangel of Lions, Markangelo Lions, Venus and Libra. You can just call me Mal. And if you want to book me for one of them, they are private sessions, spiritual counseling, readings. We also do what's called the half and half. There is a video that I made about a year ago for the 25th anniversary of my company, Drawing the Circle Productions Incorporated, and it's called Booking Private Sessions with Mal, because I finally raised my prices after 25 years. It explains everything that you need to know about booking a private session with me, but I have to make a new one because I made that when I was living in Holbrook, Long Island. I've since moved to Saratoga Springs. I am doing readings at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs on Fila Street. If you are interested, you contact them directly, but that's why I need to make a new one. I'm even setting up an office in my home to see clients here, but I gotta get to know the people a little bit first before I invite them over, particularly with kitty zoomies happening for the next year, right? And the most important thing that I say in that video is I've never turned anybody away. Because of lack of finances, I won't do it. It's not who I am. That is like part of that visionary thing. That's not who I am. That's who I will never be. But I am a witch. Where there's a witch, there's a way. So I'm a witch. So we'll make a way. And absolutely, I love doing private sessions with people. This general stuff is great. But there's nothing like a one-on-one back and forth. And the readings that I am doing primarily, dominantly I should say, the most of them are Zoom recordings. I send my client a Zoom link. They come into the conversation. We record the whole thing so they don't have to write stuff down or remember anything. At the end of the reading, I send them a link. They download the entire reading in video form to their device. They tell me they've downloaded it, and I delete it from the cloud. So total confidentiality. I mentioned that in that video up there too. So if you want to book me, you know what to do. I'm here, I'm willing, I'm ready, and boy am I able. And yes, I have a new kitten in my life. His name is Samuel, Sammy for short. He is my Sebastian, my Sabby reincarnated, because the same three feline souls keep coming back to me. And here's a picture of him and me taken by the wonderful witch who helped bring him into this world with their own cats and kittens. And he is wonderful. And he shows up in the daily check-ins now rather often because he is just adorable. Saja Krabby Cat. I love him. December 10th. So yeah, follow me on Facebook, right? I'm gonna be a friend unless you wanna, but if you wanna, right? Because I'm putting out more and more stuff, because as a visionary myself, it is really important that I express that into the world and be completely authentic and not dumb it down. Oh, I could tell you, oh, your soulmate's gonna meet you tomorrow, right? You know, that's whatever. Maybe that's true, maybe that's not. But my work is based on empowerment, not prediction. I don't tell you what to do. I don't tell you what's gonna happen. I say, here are the options, have at it, right? So wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed with all of this, you visionary Geminis. If anybody is a visionary, it's a Gemini. So hang in there. I love you. You've got this. You can do it. Farewell. I wish I could talk. And blessed be.